Yeah, I know I've been out of the loop for a little while, but did I miss a whole bunch of news on this whole Fat Joe situation? I mean, cause I just now tapped in. I'm on YouTube and I seen some videos. One in particular where it said that Fat Joe allegedly brags about a murking. So I clicked on it and it was Choke No Joke. And he was referring to, I mean, I think he was reading through paperwork, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, he was reading through some documents or whatever, something, reading something that was detailing, I believe, TA, the dude who's suing Fat Joe. I believe he was reading his accounts of this thing that happened, this incident that allegedly happened, and it said that that Fat Joe admitted to a lot of things, and one of the things being that there was a person right now serving time, a lot of time, probably all day, in Sing Sing Correctional Facility for a clipping that actually belongs to Fat Joe. Allegedly. This is what the story is. All I'm saying is this, bro. If any of this is true, Joe, why you ain't just pay that man? Like, why is it so, man? Should have paid that man. You know somebody know a whole bunch of harmful information about you. It's not a bridge you want to burn. And if you do, like, you know, if you got it in you to say F that guy, I don't know, that just comes from a place of overconfidence, in my opinion. Like, you know, hold on a second. Let me check that something. We got new merch. The winner circle jump off. It's a whole bunch of medals and trophies that make a monster. Winning monster. Yeah, we got, you know, you scroll down, you see all of the new stuff we got. You understand? We got now a lot of nice stuff. You can click and you can, we're getting it together around here. Making ordering easy for y'all, you know what I'm saying? itsmonstanation.com is the website, so get in tune. But yeah, you got too used to winning. And you know, I don't want to say that I don't ever want to say that there's something wrong with that. But arrogance can arise. You know what I'm saying? You're so used to winning, not taking no losses, you think that you can, I don't know, treat people however it is you treat them or not pay them fairly or whatever. Like, you can not pay them, be beefing with them, and think you're going to just cast them aside and just disregard them. Nah, there's consequences. You know, like, people are going to fit. The person who can't knock you out, who ain't more gangster than you, they ain't going to bang it out with you. You know, the people, you know, the squarest person still wants some sort of get back, retribution, justice. Whenever you bullying somebody, let me use air quotes, because I don't mean in the traditional term of bullying, but I mean, like, you know, you in a position of authority or power and you abusing that, you know what I'm saying, and treating somebody unfairly. You could be physically and or mentally abusing them. Just because you tougher than them don't mean that they won't find a way to get justice. It doesn't mean that just because they allow you to take advantage of them doesn't mean that they enjoy being taken advantage of. And it doesn't mean that if they couldn't allow it for this long, but that don't mean that they ain't gonna take the first opportunity that come across them to get some get back. You understand what I'm saying? And if you leave that door open, and listen, man, I've been in a lot of friendships, relationships, this, that, and the third along my life. people know things about me and about my history. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an anomaly to everybody. Some people know some of my dirt. I'm cool with all them people. Like I didn't burn the bridge. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I didn't burn the bridge, and I didn't treat them badly. They don't feel like I owe them something. You understand what I'm saying? Like I owe them some, some large sum of money, and if I don't pay, they got some dirt on me. It's a tricky situation. He was also talking about a situation that took place in a restaurant somewhere where somebody did something and Fat Joe felt slighted, allegedly. I can't even recall the story as they said it, right? So, check out Choke No Joke. He's reading the papers and all that, so he officialitized and all of that, right? But it was saying something where somebody did something, Joe didn't like it, he yelled out, "Give him ketchup!" And it appears to be that is a code to poke him, not in the Facebook manner, not in the schmexual manner. And these acts were they allegedly chased him down and carried out that order. Joe, why you ain't pay that man, B? Goodness gracious. Because most people are going to hear that and be like, you can't make this stuff up. Not most people, but some people are going to hear this and be like, how do you make this up? With the Sing Sing detail, the ketchup detail, they named the restaurant and all of that. Said after that happened, their instructor, they had some people lie and say that he wasn't there. This is all hearsay. Of course, Rockness Monster wasn't there. I'm just saying it's wild, B. I don't know how this music industry was founded. I don't know if it was founded on treachery like America was. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. But I know that treachery is baked into the cake at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like the treachery is it's baked into the paper we write it on. You understand what I'm saying? It's in the land, right? So I say that to say this. Google a music contract right now. And I bet you, even to your naked eye, somebody who don't know how to read contracts, somebody who don't know the music industry, read it. Do your best. I bet you will detect snakery and treachery in that. You'll be like, what? I bet you. It's the standard operating procedure in here, right? And I think, people come in the game, they go through that as an initiation, and then they carry the trend. You understand? You got people in hip hop, they start their own label, and then they rob all of the people that they sign. Or they do I feel like that would be making excuses for them. But to a certain extent, I would like to believe that they don't even see it as unfair. Like some of the activity. They don't even they see it as you paying your dues, or, I'm the CEO, this is my company. You work for me. You don't get a share in the profits, you get a salary or whatever. They try to compare it to whatever else. Only thing is, when you're a CEO in other companies, the product you selling ain't necessarily human product. Even though you're not selling the human, but you are selling the human. You're selling the human being's thoughts, his image, you know what I'm saying, his energy, all of that. You're not selling his body, but kind of. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, people come in the industry, they blow up, they become successful through the robbery. Like they get robbed and taken advantage of. And they still, if they still manage to become successful through all of that, they carry on a tradition. Like this, they say to themselves, I made it this way. And that's not even considering all of the soul selling and that level of treachery, the conspiracy theory stuff. This stuff I'm talking now ain't no theory. You can look all of it. I've lived through this, I know this. But as far as the all, you know, the hierarchy, you know, Illuminati level, whatever, dark rooms in the Diddy party angle, that's something different. I ain't even talking about that. I'm talking about the stuff that they consider to be on board, above board. It's foul, it's treacherous. We need to come up with and begin practicing different ways, a different system. Either start living cleaner or start doing cleaner business. Because if you dirty in both areas, you got trouble coming, buddy. I'm just saying, good luck. Good luck, little nigga. Or OG or whoever. Because it's a recipe for disaster. Recipe for a RICO or racketeering or something. Anyway. If you made it to the end of this video, let me get 4 thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a tax-paying citizen of the nation, leave us a super thanks or Cash App. We actually prefer the Cash App, but y'all do y'all. Check out my shirt once again. You know what I'm saying? This is itsmonstanation.com. You look down, you know, you scroll down, you'll see all of the new merch we got. We just launched it Monday. Get involved to get a job. I mean, even if you already have a job, get involved. Support the cause. Support black business and all of that. Spell things right around here. You know what I'm saying? When you're writing on the walls in the nation, doing your graffitis, correct spelling is encouraged. You know, if you spell monster wrong, if you spell monster instead of monster, your comment might get deleted. If you spell helter skelter instead of helter skelter, comment might get deleted. It's an AH, not an ER. Monster is an A, not an ER. It's ROCK. You understand? Only one get a pass is the Crips. Y'all know why. Y'all got y'all little politics. But throw a little cuh or cuz in the comment. And for the love of all things decent, it's BCC, not BBC. Pause protesters, get your ass out of here. The rest of y'all.
Welcome to the nation. I'm your host, your president, your tour guide, Mr. Monster Man Rocco. I'm the landlord, the owner, tenant, the janitor. I'm out the damn floor. Let's go. I'm one of the realest you ever gon' see. I ain't come here to lie to you. Niggas done with a lie to you. I get Beanie Siegel's first album, but Paul Pierce even, they got the truth. I'm sick and tired of you, you comical when I'm not in the mood for jokes. You are not a goon, not a shooter or a rider. You shoot off your mouth and you be riding dudes, cock for loot, that's a prostitute.